poppin'? It's the young lion Sammie, and right now you're rocking with the SingersRoom. One love.
Hey everyone, I'm Rachel Jackson, entertainment strategist, and I'm sitting here in the SingersRoom with singer, songwriter, master vocalist, young legend, and good friend of mine, Sammie. So what's up, friend?
What's poppin'? How you?
You know, I'm good.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
So happy to see you.
I'm happy to see you.
So you're fresh off of an Instagram sabbatical.
Yeah.
You know, tell us about that break and how important self-care is.
You know what I don't like? When people like announce that they're about to take a break. Just like leave, you know what I'm saying? If you need a social media detox, if you want to get aligned, mind, body, and spirit, do it for self. Don't make an announcement, because to me, you're attracting the energy you're supposedly trying to get away from. So before we dropped the single, before I hit the road again on tour later this year, before I had to go shoot visuals in LA, I just wanted to live life without documenting it for a second. So, you know, I went to Daytona, visited my family for Christmas, the holidays. Went bowling with the crew, played pool, just some regular stuff that, you know, I didn't want to document. I want to live in the moment. We've gotten so accustomed to having our phones 24/7. I just felt just a month and some change of not announcing it. And I still was lurking and staying in the know, you know what I'm saying? But just as far as my life, I just wanted to seize the moment and give myself a break before I came back with new music.
That's important. And talk to us about how important living in the moment is and how it relates to your personal creative style when it comes time to perform or, you know, just get in the studio, lock in, and cook up some great stuff.
Yeah, I've learned that sometimes we can focus on like the result so much, we forget to appreciate what it took to get there. And I'm a firm believer of the journey is the destination. And what that means for me is seizing the moment. You know what I'm saying? The struggles, the planning, the sometimes things being derailed and not going the way you want it to or not in your favor. It all builds character. It's all inspiration for new music and new content. And that's something I really, really did focus on before going back in the studio. It's really, really taking this moment in, taking a deep breath, enjoying and embracing the good, bad, and ugly that comes with life.
So walk us through what a moment in the studio with you is like.
Yeah, we had Slutty Vegan. And the delivery man came. He about to drop off some tomatoes. You know what I'm saying? Some fresh tomatoes. So mid-interview, we had to stop for the tomato man. That's when you know that it's fresh.
You are and have always been a very genuine person, and that resonates through your music and through your interaction on stage and just who you are. So explain why that mentality affects your music, or, you know, how you use that to create good music.
As you can see, like, the significance of social media is to, quote unquote, make people feel, you know, as though you're touchable and relatable. And that's something I've always strived on being, is just organically myself, unapologetically myself. I embrace my flaws, the pros and cons of being who I am, the good, bad, and the ugly. I don't hide nothing. I'm very transparent, and it's because someone out there needs that type of person to look up to and listen to through their speakers. Music itself is like the universal language. I don't care about your ethnic background and your religious beliefs. You speak some form of music, though. It's a genre that resonates with you. So me being gifted that from God, and being able to do that from a child star to a teenage heartthrob and to the grown man that I am today is just a blessing in itself. So I owe it to my consumers and the supporters and the Sammie lovers to be unapologetically human.
You said that, friend. You definitely said that.
That's how I feel. So
in
my music, I want to pierce their spirits. You know what I'm saying? It's not about just creating a trendy record or the commercial record for radio. If I can create something that's timeless and everlasting and impactful, it lasts forever. So I know artists that's had bigger records than I, but I've had bigger moments and bigger impacts in my moment. You know what I'm saying? So it's because I create genuine R&B.
Right. So with your new music that's already out and coming out, you know, in terms of where the album is going, what can we expect?
It's crazy because, you know, ever since I'm Him went viral and via the Shade Room, and I landed a few deals now with Empire, and we've done the I'm Him EP, Coming of Age, 3187 3.0, and now my forthcoming project. I just keep finding new ways to stay innovative, to stay creative, to embody traditional R&B, but not make it just adult contemporary, so it's still built for the millennials, quote unquote. I just found that perfect balance. So I'm still giving transparency, honesty, passion. I think that's important. So it's not auto-tune driven.
Right.
Everyone sounds like robots these days. And last time I checked, robots don't have feelings. So
Ooh,
I wanted to
said
make
that again.
yeah, I wanted to make sure that they can hear me and feel me. So
Right.
it's just an honest journal into my life and the things that I've gone through in relationships, good and bad.
Right.
You know, there was a time where I was an awesome boyfriend, and then there was a time where I'm like a woman's worst nightmare, and I had to look in the mirror and kill those demons so the next woman wouldn't have to bear that.
Right.
So I shared it in this album.
Cool. I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, it's real.
I'm
I
gassed
love
for
it. You know what I'm saying? It's been done for a few months now. It's in mastering, well, mixing and mastering now, but I've been riding to it, making sure I love the sequence, making sure I love everything sonically, and of course making sure the vocals is A1.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So speaking of millennials, and you mentioned being a teenage heartthrob, I'm gonna take my own selfish moment.
Okay.
You already know where I'm about to go. Okay.
Yeah. Let's
So
talk about it.
Let's
talk about it.
Let me not even say we, the girls
Yep.
of the millennial diaspora, we
Yeah.
talk all the time on social media. I know you've seen, like, since the announcement
Yeah,
of
I've
the
been
Millennium
tagged every
Tour,
day. Yeah.
I know you've seen a lot of, like, how does Sammie, where's Sammie? But it's
Right.
like you literally were the original. Like, you
I'm
and
the
Lil
first-
Corey
I'm the first one.
were the original
Yeah, I'm the
teen
first
heartthrobs. We weren't even teens. I was like
Yeah, I was
11 or 12.
yeah, I was 12 years old when I
Right.
dropped.
So, as a millennial today, I'm a little confused as to how,
Same.
you were not headlining on this tour. So I know you really are confused.
Yeah.
So just expound upon that. Help me understand.
Yeah, I don't
You bring
understand
us
it,
to the
but
same page.
I can assure you that 1999, there was no heartthrob, there was no young kid doing what I did.
That is a fact.
It wasn't even like I just dropped in, I made a little buzz. No, I shook up the world. I was number one for 4.5 weeks on Billboard. I'm the youngest to have a number one on Billboard since Stevie Wonder. That record still holds to this day. Certified gold at the age of 12, certified platinum from the bottom to the top at the age of 13. These is like, people always say men lie, women lie, numbers don't. These are things you can research.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I've been a part of 2 or 3 top 10 records in my career thus far over the span that I've clocked in. So I don't know. If I had to guess, maybe somebody feel away on that tour, on the lineup. Maybe they're intimidated or think that I'm gonna take their shine, which is crazy because if you know me, if you follow me, I'm all about peace, love, and light.
You've always been that way.
Yeah,
though.
and that's just me, and I'm not intimidated by no man. I'm not competing with none of them. You know what I mean? So, and all of them I support to a degree. So I just focus on me, tunnel vision, but I'm a God-fearing man at the same time. So if this tour is not a part of, I'm not supposed to be a part of it, it's love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's cool.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be a Millennium Tour without Sammie.
Oh, that's a fact. And even the DJs in the Atlanta area support it because since the announcement, everybody's been dropping, old B2K songs.
Yeah.
I like it. I've heard I like
It's a
it at
classic.
clubs,
It's a
events,
classic.
lounges, and I can show you like moments in my phone where I'm like, I hope we stayed out forever.
Yeah.
Like people are really,
And
really
I think,
into it.
I think what bothers me the most is I can't say that I influenced them personally. They would have to say that. But I changed the game. I opened up the door for young talent,
I
for
agree.
executives to go find a Bow Wow, a Lil Romeo, a B2K, a Mario, a Lloyd, etc. It was because of the success that Sammie had at a child star at a young age. So it don't make sense, but I'm not a fool. I understand. I do know my name came up, and I think there might be a party or two or several, who knows,
Right.
that kind of feels a way about even the new success. I got it out the mud. I lost everything in 2009. Like my ex-manager took everything, every cent, every dollar, credit card, Benz. I lost everything. And a lot of people thought that, as far as my career was concerned, I was finished. But God had bigger plans, and it took 7 years, and then I'm independent really 90% of my career. That's
Yeah.
another thing. Some of these guys is like got millions and millions of dollars behind them. Me, I got a strong, solid team, great talent, and an impeccable work ethic, and I think some amazing music, not just from back in the day, but current. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that's been on the charts these past
Oh, that's a
3
fact.
years. This is a fact. Number 5, I got a number 2 and a number 1 on the R&B charts on iTunes and Apple Music. All 3 independently charted on Billboard.
Right.
So it's like, what else y'all want me to do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But it's love. I might get my sister some tickets. She was a big B2K fan when she was coming up. So who knows? You know what I'm saying? But I don't understand how there's a Millennium Tour without me.
Well, at least you can pop out in Atlanta. Hint, hint, please. Okay, the girls want to see Sammie. We
Yeah,
need bottom to the
people-
top.
the
We need.
people's
I like
thinking,
it.
you
We
know what
need
I'm
it.
saying?
We do. We do. Yeah, I figured that because sis is not playing. Okay. She said, "Look, I see y'all. I don't care what y'all talking about. I need my plant-based burger." She said, I have an Airbnb down the street. Okay, so look, I was tuned in. She has an Airbnb down the street, and she's trying to help bring business to this place that we're in, trying to have our interview in right now, or whatever.
She was adamant about
and
spreading
the
news.
She wanted to spread the good word, because, you know, when you have a good thing, you can't keep it to yourself. So she is out there campaigning for a menu to drop in her Airbnb. Let's get into your core R&B inspirations. Yeah. Who are they, and how do they sway your mood or your music?
I mean, I listen to everything now, but I grew up on like Usher Raymond, of course, Brian McKnight, Boyz II Men, Whitney Houston, Brandy, Monica. You know, I was blessed to be born like, you know, in the late 80s, so I have that real, I grew up on real vocals and real talent and real substance, so that's why my music is the way it is. But the new stuff, I like Tory Lanez, I like Black, Daniel Caesar, Summer Walker, SZA. I listen to a little bit of everybody, you know what I'm saying? So I support everybody, but the originators would be like again, Ushers, the Boyz II Men's, research on Marvin Gaye, he was amazing, Stevie Wonder, just to name a few. No chronological order, nothing like that, but that's really like my cup of tea.
That's a good vibe. Yeah. That's a real good vibe. So, you know, we've heard a couple names, received a couple claims on who the king of R&B is.
Jacquees. Jacquees.
You're so silly. So tell me, I know you have your own thoughts. Like, you have a whole doctrine on the term king.
Yeah.
So just talk to the people about what you feel about that word.
I just think as young men, we all are kings. So yeah, respect to that. And that's just who we should aspire to be like, or walk in that, you know, type of royalty day in and day out. As far as R&B is concerned, to me, there's no king. You know, all jokes aside, there's no king of R&B.
Like at all? In any age range?
I mean, musically, I think back in the day you would say R. Kelly.
Okay.
But I think that Father Time is a thing that plays a huge role. And then unfortunately the allegations that's going on does throw a lot of dirt on your legacy, unfortunately, if these things are true. So I don't think there's a king of R&B. I've done interviews for the past decade or so, and everyone's asked, like, how do we feel about the state of R&B? If R&B was in a good place, that wouldn't even be a question. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So how do we go 10, 15 years of that being the pivotal question in most interviews you see R&B singers partaking, and all of a sudden everyone's the king? Nah, I think the throne is wide open. And bigger than that, let the people choose.
Yeah.
Put out amazing body of music, original music, and these accolades and those titles will come from the people. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you can just say, yo, I'm the king of R&B. I've been in the business going on 20 years, professionally known. I'm not the king of R&B until the people say Sammie's the king of R&B.
Right.
And that's not even like my thing. I'm just trying to consistently throw you out great bodies of music, top to bottom.
Right.
No skipsies. I don't like that. I don't do album fillers. What's that? I try to make every song significant. So I don't believe that there's a king.
Right.
I don't.
That's a good way to think about it. And that's why I wanted you to expound on that, so people really understand you and where you're coming from.
One thing I will say, I like what Jacquees did for a couple reasons. He's confident in himself. And then bigger than that, everyone's listening now.
Yeah.
Like they want to hear R&B again. And I will say he did that. He created that conversation piece to now, when Sammie dropped, when Tank dropped, when Breezy dropped, when Trey dropped, et cetera, people gonna have their ears open to see who's creating the dopest R&B. So I think like now the game is on.
Yeah, and it's definitely healthy. It sparks a conversation, and it makes everybody want to participate, support everybody's music, and then have an opinion.
For sure.
So put it out there for a king to be named. So I love it. I love the energy.
So I don't think it was nothing wrong necessarily with what he said. If he feels that way about himself, you're supposed to.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm the dopest R&B dude, but I'm not gonna. I myself don't believe I can self-proclaim myself as the king.
Right.
I would let the people decide. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But the throne is wide open. There's nobody there.
Right. That's a fact.
And if I did have to say anybody, to me, Breezy's like the king of pop.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
He's so talented. He can't just box him in a genre of R&B. And when I say pop, not pop music, just pop culture.
Oh
He's the biggest thing that we've seen in a long time. And I don't know the next time we'll get that kind of talent. So to me, the king of R&B is wide open.
Yeah. So before we go, give the people a mantra or a quote or just something that, you know, your driver. What's your key driver that keeps you waking up every day and doing what you do repeatedly?
My father told me this idiom a lot coming up, and really it's just plan your work and work your plan. A lot of people have like these ideas and these dreams and these aspirations, and they have no plan.
Right.
And then, or they have the plan, but they don't work the plan to execute it. So you go in this like redundancy of a lifetime or a lifestyle rather, and you're not getting anywhere. I know a lot of people that's working hard but not making progress. They're not going forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See your vision all the way through. And even if it's a small step forward, that's half a step closer, to your dreams and aspirations. So that's something that I've been doing since I was forced to become independent, forced to sign myself to myself, forced to like find talented other individuals around me to help me propel back to the forefront. I'm living a dream now. Everything goes through Star Camp Music. I write all my music. I vocal arrange myself. I pick the songs. Like I know how I want to look, how I want to sound.
I've seen you in the studio. You don't play.
Yeah, I do all that on my own because I was forced to learn. Once I didn't have the deal and once I lost everything, people weren't so helpful in that season. So I had to become a one-man wrecking machine. You know what I'm saying? And I think that everyone is capable of tapping into their greatness. You just have to go through those things that makes one great. So plan your work and work your plan.
I love it.
Yeah.
You heard it first, live and direct. Rachel Jackson, entertainment strategist, sitting here with her friend, singer-songwriter.
That's right.
And album dropper real soon.
Yeah, coming real soon. Fourth
Sammie.
album coming real soon. Love it.
Yeah.
Big and approved. Sammie approved.
I didn't.